Y'all, I can't really believe it, but we are 5 days away from 2024. And with that, I wanted to record this podcast episode for y'all to give you the 5 steps to take to manifest your most abundant life in 2024. Let's get into it. What's up, and welcome to the No Bullshit Manifestation Show, the podcast that demystifies all of the nonsense that surrounds manifestation and gives you the tools that you need to create your happiest, healthiest, and wealthiest life. I'm your host, Kat Kozad, manifestation expert and life coach, and I am so happy that you're here. Let's fucking do this thing. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the No Bullshit Manifestation Show. You probably noticed when you press play on today's episode that we officially have a new cover for the podcast. And before we dive into these 5 steps to manifest your best life in 2024, I just want to share with y'all real quickly about the new era that is coming to the podcast with my decision to rebrand. So, welcome to the new era of the No Bullshit Manifestation Show. If this is your first time listening, or if you have been with me since the very beginning, I am so glad that you are here. And just like Taylor Swift has rebranded through every era of her career, this is a long overdue rebrand for me and for the podcast. So when I first started my podcast, I was a completely different version of myself than I am today. And while every single podcast that I have ever recorded has been completely aligned with my heart at that time, it was time to allow the vision of what I have been creating, the shifts, the changes, who I've become, to match up with what you guys are actually seeing, what you're seeing visually, what you're hearing audibly, and create a new energy for the podcast moving forward. Because my biggest dream and my biggest goal for the No Bullshit Manifestation Show and for the coaching containers that I have available to all of you is that I want it to feel like home to you. When you press play on one of my episodes, I want you to feel like you are showing up to just chat with an old friend who knows you so well, that wants to make you feel safe, seen, and like you have the ability to have, be, and do whatever it is that you want in this lifetime. I want you to feel like my little corner of the internet is a big hug, this warm space, this place that you feel like the best version of yourself. I want this to be more interactive. I want it to be more interactive for you, where I'm asking you questions about what you want and what you need and being able to deliver on that for you. I want the podcast to be about making manifestation and the healing work fun again, as opposed to some dark, heavy thing that you have to quote unquote do in order to manifest your best life, and really continue to further break down how to make manifesting your best life something that is so natural, so effortless, and so embodied for you. So, with all of that being said, out with the old and in with the new. And it felt so very aligned to do this podcast episode as the last podcast episode of 2023 and before 2024, so that we can walk into this new year together in this energy of renewal and in this energy of creating a home together. I know I've said it on the podcast so many times, but this isn't about me. When I first started my manifestation journey, it was about me. It was about creating the shifts and changes that I needed to create in my life to get out of survival mode. But it's no longer about me. It's about you guys. It's about creating a home together. It's about creating this space where you truly feel like you can come up as you are, no matter where you're starting at, no matter where you're at in your journey, and benefit from what we are doing together. Feel as though this is a space that you are safe to create the life that you want. So the first opportunity that all of us have to do that together is actually coming up the first week of January. So on January 1st, I am actually going to be hosting an intention setting workshop that is paired with a meditation to meet your higher self, so that you can start 2024 off on a very intentional and elevated note. And then on Friday, January 5th, I'm going to be hosting a virtual vision boarding party. And during this party, I'm going to teach you about the importance of visualization, but also you'll just get to meet a bunch of cool people who are also on a manifestation journey and get to powwow with other people who are on this journey so that you aren't in it alone and you don't feel like you're just tuning into podcast episodes but not having actually anybody to connect with and to support you on this journey. So both of these workshops are going to be taking place inside of my membership community, the Mindset and Manifestation Inner Circle, which is only $27 a month. There's no commitment. You can cancel at any time. But my goal for the Mindset and Manifestation Inner Circle is to seriously over deliver for you. Deliver so much that you will never want to cancel, because this membership group is that little corner of the internet that I've been talking about, that I am pouring all of my love, all of my energy into making it the perfect home for you to learn how to manifest your best life, meet your soul fam, and have a support system that keeps you consistent and going on your manifestation journey. So if that sounds like something that you are wanting for 2024, you can find the link down below in the show notes to join the Mindset and Manifestation Inner Circle. Only $27 a month. That ends up being 90 cents or less a day. And y'all, if there's anything that you can do to invest in yourself in 2024 that is going to give you an exponential return on the investment, it is joining the Mindset and Manifestation Inner Circle. So finally, with all of that being said, let us dive into the 5 steps to manifest your best life in 2024. So your first step is setting the stage for abundance. Now, what do I mean by setting the stage for abundance? What I mean is that I want you to look back to the beginning of 2023 and think about what your intentions were at the beginning of 2023. If you wrote them down, go grab that journal. If you didn't write them down, think about what it was that you wanted when the year started off. And I want you to ask yourself, did these intentions manifest? Did these things, did these goals, did these manifestations come into my reality? And if not, why? Did you lose sight of them? Did you get sidetracked? Did you slip into scarcity? What was it that stopped you from manifesting these things in 2023? And with this, I want you to know there's absolutely no judgment. The only reason that you want to get clear on this is so that you can understand what needs to shift and change moving forward so that you can actually manifest what you want in 2024. The reality is that we cannot change what we are not willing to recognize. And a lot of the times when it comes to setting New Year's resolutions or New Year's intentions, we can get sidetracked or we can lose sight of them very quickly into the year and forget about the fact that we were starting off the year on this very intentional note. So if that was the reason that you didn't end up manifesting what you wanted in 2023, there's no shame in that. The only reason you are bringing your focus and bringing your attention into that is so that you can make sure that it's going to be different for you in 2024. And then if the things that you did set intentions for at the beginning of 2023 did manifest, then what did you do to help create that reality? Take note of the intentional actions, the intentional mindsets, the beliefs, the embodiment that you carried yourself in to manifest the things that you wanted in 2023. With getting clear on these things of what did manifest and what didn't manifest, you are creating that level of awareness of what your starting point is for manifesting what you want in 2024. This is what I mean by setting the stage for abundance. You're wanting to create this very solid foundation and this solid understanding of what your starting point is so that you can start to take these next steps and be able to have this rock solid place that you're starting from versus a shaky, rocky foundation that you don't really know where your starting point is. You're not creating that awareness. There's things that you're avoiding, whatever it may be. Coming to this place of awareness, of understanding, of acceptance so that you can prep yourself, you can prime yourself for that abundance that you're calling in this upcoming year. So that is your first step, setting the stage for abundance. Second step is creating the vision. So What is it that you actually want? What do you want 2024 to look like for you? What do you want to be able to look back on the 31st of December, 2024 and say, okay, yes, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially, romantically, whatever it may be for you. This is the vision that I had for myself, and this is the vision that manifested. So set intentions for what it is that you actually want this upcoming year. And when it comes to setting intentions, one thing that I want to make very clear is that there is a big difference between wanting something and intending for something. Wanting something doesn't require you to take any action, whereas intending on something, setting the intention, means that you are making this declaration that you will take the inspired action to meet the universe halfway in making your intention a reality, in manifesting that intention into the physical realm. So set an intention for what it is that you actually want. Create a vision for what it is that you actually want. You can do this through journaling. You can do this through vision boarding. You can do this through visualization, through meditation, through affirmations, through breath work, through so many different tools. And one of the things that I think is so powerful for this is using visualization and using a vision board, because when you start to actually place these images, place these visions into your life, into your consciousness, then you start to prime your subconscious mind for those things. You start to create this normalcy with the vision that it is that you're creating for yourself. And the more normal it feels to your subconscious mind, the safer it's going to feel to your nervous system. And the safer that it feels to your nervous system, the least resistance that you'll have to actually manifesting that thing into reality. So I know for a lot of people, they have vision boards year after year, and they manifest those things on their vision boards into their lives almost every single year. And the reason that those vision boards are so powerful is because you are quite literally priming your subconscious mind and creating that level of normalcy with those things by seeing them on a day-to-day basis. So whether you create a digital copy for your phone background, or a digital copy for your laptop background, or a physical copy that you can hang on your wall or put up at work, or whatever it may be, having some sort of vision surrounding what it is that you are calling in for 2024 is so powerful, again, for the subconscious mind, so that you can create that normalcy with it. And when it becomes normal to you, a lot of the times this is something people get confused when it comes to manifestation, is that they're calling in these next level things, they're calling in these big things, and that it feels big, it looks big, and that actually creates time and distance between where you are right now and actually being able to receive that thing. That's saying energetically that I am here and this thing that I'm wanting is so far away from me, and it's going to feel crazy, it's going to feel amazing, it's going to feel abundant when it shows up. But the more that you can make it normal. So say, for example, you're wanting to manifest $1 million into your life. The more that you can visualize that $1 million, the more that you see it, the more that you feel the energy of that $1 million, not as this thing that you're putting up on the pedestal, but instead of, if I was already that millionaire, if I already had the $1 million in my life, how would I feel? It'd probably feel normal to me, because it would already be here. It'd already be something that, yes, I am grateful for, but something that is just a part of my normal day-to-day life. It is not something I need to idolize. It is not something I need to put on the pedestal. It is just another thing. So that is what it does for your subconscious mind. And through that, in your subconscious mind, creating these new neural pathways, then it shifts the vibration surrounding it, which allows you to become more of a clear channel to receive it. If it's just this normal thing, then you are sending the energetic signal out to the universe, into the quantum field, that says, yes, okay, this is normal for me to have this. And you start to attract in and manifest either more opportunities to receive it, the actual thing itself, the different people, things, situations, opportunities, whatever it may be, to make that a reality, or the inspired action to start to take the steps to align with receiving it. So all of that to say, step 2 is creating the vision. Having a vision of what it is that you want to manifest is really important, which then as we go into step 3, your third step is building your new supportive belief system. So once you know what your vision is, it's now time for you to create a belief system that supports that vision. So before you start to dive straight into creating that new supportive belief system, I want you to ask yourself, what stories or narratives do I have right now that do not support this vision? What stories and what narratives do I have that contradict the vision that I am calling into my life? So again, let's take the example of money. If you are wanting to manifest that $1 million and you then have the story that money is the root of all evil, that rich people are greedy, that you can't be happy and wealthy, that money is something that causes pain or hardship in your life, that you don't need money, that you have a love-hate relationship with money, whatever it may be. Whatever stories and narratives that you have that contradict you receiving the vision that you've created for yourself in step 2 are things that you want to start to eliminate. So just like we were talking about in step 1, this is so important because if you're not eliminating those contradicting stories, those contradicting narratives that you have to your vision, then you don't have the ability to change it. We cannot change what you are not willing to recognize. So you have to be willing to look at those unsupportive stories, those unsupportive narratives, and start to understand why you have them in the first place. Start to dig into where you learned it from, why you've held onto it, what it's protecting you from, and releasing those things so that you can actually then create this new supportive belief system that's going to align you with what you want. So as you do that and you get to the place that you're ready for your new supportive belief system, I want you to ask yourself the question of, what would I know to be true if I already had the life that I wanted? What would I know to be true if I had already manifested these things into my life? And if nothing pops up for you immediately, I want you to use your imagination here, or to pull inspiration from other people who inspire you, people who are in the place that you want to be or have the life that you want to have. Pull different beliefs that you think would be true if you already had that life. So again, taking the example of money, if you already had the millions of dollars, I can imagine you would believe that money is an overflowing constant in your life, that people love to pay you, that money loves you and you love money, that money is always there, that there's more than enough. And starting to ingrain those and upload those as your new belief system. Lock in a solid 3 to 10 new supportive beliefs that you then can reaffirm to yourself on a day-to-day basis to reprogram the subconscious mind to work for you versus against you. This is one of the most powerful things to know, and this is something I've talked about on the podcast a lot, is that the subconscious mind makes up 95% of the human brain and is typically molded between ages 0 to 7. So any of these contradicting beliefs that you have, you typically learn them during childhood. So looking back into the past and understanding, okay, where did I learn these unsupportive things and why am I still continuing to hold on to them? And then, like I've been saying, then stepping in with this new supportive belief system and reaffirming it to yourself over and over again. Because the key here is to reprogram the subconscious mind, remove those old neural pathways of things that are no longer supporting you, and then implement these new belief systems that will support you so that that becomes the dominant thought pattern. And as that becomes the dominant thought pattern, then that becomes your new baseline belief and therefore what you'll manifest into your reality. So step 3 is super important. This is one of the most major things that we focus on in any of my coaching containers and one of the most major things that we focus on inside of the mindset and manifestation inner circle. So if you're wanting to dig into that, definitely come join us. With that being said though, step 4 is staying open to possibility. So things may not manifest in the exact way that you want them to or the way that you think they should. This is one of the most true things that I have seen time and time again in my manifestation journey, as well as the hundreds and hundreds of women that I have been able to coach over the past few years. Things may not, and probably won't, manifest in the exact way that you want them to, or the way that you think that they should. But it's important for you to stay open to possibility. It's important for you to let go, to surrender, to trust the process, because when you can detach from the outcome, as well as how and when your manifestation will show up, this makes you a clear channel to receive what it is that you desire. So taking those horse blinders off, taking off this tunnel vision of it has to be this way and it has to look like this and it has to show up within this timeline and so on and so forth, and leaning into building faith and trust in yourself, in the universe, and in the process will help you detach and become a clear channel for more of what you want. Which then leads us into step 5, which is embodying your higher self. So again, on the podcast, I talk about this a lot. And this is actually the secret sauce to manifestation. If there's anything that you take away from this podcast episode, I want it to be this: that embodying your higher self is actually the cheat code to manifestation. Manifestation is not necessarily about pointing the finger externally and saying, okay, I want the car, I want the money, I want the house, I want the partner, I want the career, I want XYZ. No. It is about turning that finger back around and pointing it at yourself and saying, who is the highest version of myself? Who would I be as the version of myself who already has the things that I want? If I was to follow my heart's desires, if I was to listen to my intuition and do what I know is true for my heart, who would I be? And then start to show up as the higher version of yourself every single day. This is the embodiment process. This is literally, like I said, the one and only cheat code that you need to manifestation. And there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. I like to make this an all day long thing for myself, but the thing that I have found to be the most effective for me recently to get into a consistent embodiment every single day is every single morning before I get out of bed, before I place my 2 feet on the ground and start my day, I will, still with my eyes closed, put my hands over my heart center and say, thank you, God, thank you, universe, thank you, angels, thank you, spirit, thank you, source, whatever it is for all of you. But thank you for another day. Thank you for another opportunity. Thank you for allowing me to wake up for another day of life as Kat Kozad, truly starting off the day with so much gratitude, even if it feels like things aren't going your way, even if it feels like life is shit at the moment, starting off your day with that intentional piece of gratitude. And then thinking about whatever it is that you're aligning yourself with right now. So again, let's take the example of money. Let's say your goal is to become a millionaire in 2024. Waking up, saying that gratitude, paying that gratitude, connecting to that gratitude inside of your physical body, and then creating that vision, thinking about the embodiment of that millionaire version of yourself. How would they show up? What would they know to be true? How would they go about their day? What sort of intention would they have? How would they use their time? How would they treat their body? How would they show up in their conversations? What would they do for work? And then aligning yourself with that, creating that intentional energy, thinking about, okay, if I was already that version of myself, this is how I would show up today. And again, before you place your 2 feet on the ground, getting that clear vision, getting that clear energy so that when you do place your 2 feet on the ground and you walk out into your day, that is the energy that you are moving from. One of the things that y'all have heard me say on the podcast so many times is that it's not so much the action, but the energy behind the action. So if you are showing up for your day through this hustle, this grind, this panic, this fear, this state of survival, this feeling of needing to hide or be avoidant or whatever it may be, it's not so much the action, it's the energy behind the action. So if you can streamline your energy first thing in the morning, show up from that intentional embodied state of your higher self from the moment that your feet hit the ground, then I can guarantee you that you will start to see massive changes in your life. You will start to see incredible synchronicities come together. You will start to see abundance flow into your life because, again, if you're already showing up as the version of yourself who has your manifestations on a day-to-day basis before they're actually physically here, you're doing this on the internal level. You're showing up as that confident, clear, focused, excited, happy, intuitive version of yourself right here, right now, before the physical manifestation is here. And then it's literally just a matter of time before it shows up. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And again, when you can detach from it, staying open to possibility, like we said in step 4, then you become more of a clear channel to receive it. So there you have it, your 5 steps to manifest your very best life in 2024. And just to recap those quickly for you, your first step is setting the stage for abundance. Your second is creating the vision. Third is building your new supportive belief system. Fourth is staying open to possibility. And fifth is embodying your higher self. And I break these steps down in detail inside of the Mindset and Manifestation Inner Circle. Right now, the monthly rotating course is called How to Manifest Your Best Life in 2024. And for each of these 5 steps, I provide you with inner work, with action tasks, with ways to embody everything that we talked about in today's podcast episode so that you're truly able to make 2024 the year that you manifested every single thing that you wanted. Every single year for the past 4 years since I started my intentional manifestation journey, I have manifested every single thing that I have wanted. So I know that what I am telling you guys in this podcast episode and what I teach you inside of this course works. And this mini course will only be available inside of the Mindset and Manifestation Inner Circle until the end of January. So if you are serious about manifesting your best life in 2024, absolutely come join us inside of the Mindset and Manifestation Inner Circle. Like I said, the link to join us is down below in the show notes. But with all of that being said, I am wishing you all a very happy new year. Thank you for hanging out with me here on the No Bullshit Manifestation Show in 2023. Like I said, I cannot wait for this new era of the podcast with you. I cannot wait to grow with you in 2024. And I know that this is still just the beginning of all of the abundance, all of the magic, all of the incredible things that we will manifest here together on the podcast. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sending you all of my love, and I will chat with you on the next episode. Hey, real quick before you go, I have something for you. If you are loving the No Bullshit Manifestation Show and you're always wanting to expand and calibrate your nervous system for greater levels of wealth, then I've created the perfect nervous system expansion meditation for you. This meditation will take you through the process that I use to start to calling greater levels of wealth into my life and calibrate your nervous system for more money moving forward. All you have to do to claim this meditation is leave a review for the No Bullshit Manifestation Show on Apple Podcasts and or Spotify. Take a screenshot of your review and send it to me via email, which is hello@katkozad.com. Once I get your email with the screenshot of the review, I will send you the link to claim your nervous system expansion meditation for money manifestation. You can also find these instructions down below in the show notes. But with that, that's all that I have for you, and I am sending you my love. I'll chat with you on the next podcast.